aftermath apprentice, and he's arguably going up against the biggest match of his career against a former Mid-Atlantic champion in Lee Valiant.
Lee is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers to watch in the ring. I keep commenting on aggression, but when Lee enters through that curtain, you just see it in his eyes. He's out here for one purpose and for one purpose only, and that's to win.
Headlock by Lee Valiant.
Chet finding every way possible to get the easy way out. Did you see him escape to the side of the ropes and now out of the ring?
It seems like Chet is actually taking the higher road out in this matchup tonight, but I'm pretty sure Lee Valiant will probably have enough of it at some point.
I'm impressed with your ability to be biased and not say anything crude about Chet, because I absolutely just think he's the biggest jerk, you know? Being trained and growing up in wrestling around the aftermath, like getting, being their pet, their apprentice, I mean, you can just see the attitude and that arrogance that Trevor Lee and Ben Tyler and Osiris and Ric put on him, it's saddening.
Well, now that it's the new aftermath, Chet has to hold his own. He doesn't have, he's no longer the aftermath apprentice to William Cross. He actually has to hold his own with Ben Tyler and Trevor Lee. So hopefully this will be a prelude to things to come with the new aftermath.
Lee getting tired of Chet's, shenanigans in the ring. He's bringing the fire in there.
Chet sends him to the ropes. Further tackle by Lee. Up and over. Hip off by Lee Valiant. Headlock takedown by Lee. And Chassie, I think you were right. I think Lee actually got to the point where he was tired of the shenanigans by Chet Sterling, and he was able to ground him with that headlock takedown.
Lee is an outstanding worker. I mean, I've been watching him for the years that I've been in CWF, and he's just one of those guys that you can't help but like, which is something I absolutely cannot say about Chet Sterling. Just everything about him makes me cringe.
Lee Valiant is a former CWF Mid-Atlantic champion, and I think you have to say at some point Chet Sterling has visions of wearing CWF gold here at some point in his career. Forearm shiver. Drop kick.
Big drop kick.
And I think you're right, Chassie. I think Lee Valiant has about had enough of Chet Sterling, and he's ready to take it to him.
Look at the strength in Lee Valiant in the ring right now.
This crowd is definitely behind Lee Valiant right now.
Chet's begging Lee for no more, begging him.
But you've got to give it to him with that move right there. Was able to keep Lee grounded, and hopefully he can be able to turn it around in this matchup tonight. Big move by Chet Sterling.
And just a two.
Just a 2 count. Chet is drawing with Red Jones, one of our senior officials here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic. Oh, come on, Chet, get him out of the... Chet's got Lee Valiant on the ropes.
That's just yet another thing that you can tell, he raised in wrestling by the aftermath. Doing everything he can to cheat or to just push referee Red Jones to the limit. He doesn't let go at 1 or 2. He waits till right at that 4.5 mark to let go of Lee on those ropes.
And to your point, Chassie, that's, like you said, that's one of the things, that's a staple of the aftermath. Do whatever it takes to win the match, and it doesn't matter who you affect or who you hurt. As we've seen with the new aftermath, how they've been able to kick out Ric Converse and Osiris, kick out William Cross, and Trevor Lee deeming himself the new leader of the new aftermath. Suplex by Chet Sterling.
Is that enough to keep Lee down?
I wouldn't say a suplex is enough to keep Lee Valiant.
Chet has to bring his A game. He's so used to, like you said earlier, having someone from the aftermath on his side or in his corner helping him. And tonight it's one-on-one against a veteran of CWF. Like you said, a former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Chet, he's going to have to step it up in there. Not that I want him to. I'd be happy to see referee Red Jones hold up Lee Valiant's hand at the end of this.
Irish whip it to the corner. Backslide into a penny predicament.
Oh.
Kick to the face by Chet Sterling. And I think Chet is starting to get a little ticked off with Lee Valiant, how he's being able to come back on him tonight, Chastity.
Well, had he started this match when it was supposed to start and not run like a little girl, this match could have been over with and Lee could have been victorious and we would be on to the next bout here at the Salvation Army in Alamance County.
The crowd is actually silent right now. You actually see Chet actually drawing at the crowd. Like doing a springboard into the middle, the bottom rope.
Chet arguing with referee Red Jones yet again, ignoring the official.
Now, I've got to give you, Chastity, that's one thing that Chet has to learn when you're in a match with Lee Valiant. Making those rookie mistakes still, and you've got a veteran like that who will be able to capitalize on it like Lee Valiant just did.
Very true. If he wants to lose that rookie title, he's got to step it up against people like Lee Valiant.
Only a 2 count for Chet Sterling. Jarring at Red Jones, asking him to speed up the count.
Listen to the crowd getting behind Lee Valiant. Lee's taken a heck of a beating over the past few minutes of this match. Chet's definitely been on top, but again, I just would love to see Lee's hand being raised victorious at the end of this. I just don't like Chet.
Well, absolutely. You gotta go, like I said, that's the determination of Lee Valiant. He's went through a grueling match with Jesse Ortega back at CWF Redemption. He's going in now. He's got to go up against the Killbillies in the Killbilly Classic. How much can Lee Valiant take tonight, Chastity?
Lee's tough. He's a veteran. He too was trained up in Virginia at Boogie's camp, like Aric Andrews from our previous bout. Lee's a smart guy in the ring. Airborne. Oh, I hope so.
Only a 2 count for Lee Valiant. The crowd rolls to their feet with that high crossbody.
How Chet kicked out of that, I'll never know.
Well, that's one thing you got to give about Chet Sterling. When you hang around a guy like Trevor Lee and Ben Tyler, it kind of teaches you that you have to do what you. It kind of teaches that resiliency that you can't give up.
I'm rolling my eyes at you right now, Nick D. Anything good you have to say about Chet, I'm just rolling my eyes at.
Well, that's just part of me being biased. You have to give it to a guy like Chet Sterling and as a competitor. He's doing what he has to do to keep Lee Valiant grounded. And hopefully in return, Lee Valiant can turn that momentum and win it back in his favor.
Chet's working the left leg of Lee Valiant right now, and the crowd is silent. They don't know what they've seen this tonight.
Crowd's starting to get behind him now, and that's one thing you have to do. A guy that's willing to take risks like a high crossbody and Lee Valiant, you have to keep him grounded, and working on the leg is a good idea. I have to give it to him. I have to give it to Chet Sterling. That's a good idea right there.
Both men look extremely tired in the ring. The end has to be soon. Lee just needs to put him out. 1, 2, 3.
Well, this match is scheduled for 20 minutes, and they've gone at least 10 minutes so far, as Randolph has stated. At some point, it's got to take a toll on you. Even though Lee Valiant has been in the ring in a 62-minute Ironman match against Ric Converse, we have to state that as well.
Some of my favorite matches at the Sportatorium have involved Lee Valiant.
Only a 2 count for Chet Sterling. And you can tell the fatigue is starting to set in on both wrestlers right now. Who's tougher and who wants this match more? Oh, splash in the corner by Chet Sterling.
And the arrogance just glistens with the sweat on Chet Sterling.
Chet is starting to jar at the crowd, and that, in some respects, could come back to haunt him. Not being focused on the matchup tonight. Went for a splash and missed it.
Big clothesline by Lee Valiant.
Elbow by Lee Valiant. Irish whip it to the ropes. Big power slam. Only a 2 count for Lee Valiant. He's signaling that's it.
I sure hope so.
Going up to the top rope. High risk move right here, ladies and gentlemen.
would be to Chet Sterling if he taps out here in front of the boys and girls.
And he's in the middle of the ring. There's no rope near. Can he make Chet Sterling the aftermath of Prince's tap out?
Oh my
but
gosh.
He gets to the ropes.
Always finding a way out.
I thought, you know what, Chassie? I thought he had him with that Boston Crab. I thought it was over. But you have to give it to Chet Sterling, being resilient and knowing where he's at in the ring.
Arguing with the ref again, disrespecting authority. That's the aftermath for you.
There was a block by Lee Valiant. Will he suplex on the outside? Oh! A neck breaker on the ropes. And it looked like it took a toll on Lee Valiant. Lee also we have to remember, he suffered an injured shoulder at the last match with Jesse Ortega back in early May. Oh, into a spear.
Only a two. I'm just as frustrated as Lee Valiant right now. I'm just as frustrated.
He signaled in a finisher again.
15 minutes has expired. 5 minutes remain.
15 minutes. These two have been going back to back to back to back. This will be the one compliment I'll give Chet, and I give him props for being able to go toe-to-toe with a man like Lee Valiant for so long.
Both men, you can tell in this match, both men are suffering from fatigue.
Big boot by Chet from the corner.
Block, almost going for a belly to back. Elbow to the face. Is Lee going for the sliced bread? It looks like, wait a second. He's got the tights.
He's got the tights. Oh my God.
Chet Sterling with the win. Ladies and gentlemen, probably one of the biggest upsets in CWF history. Chet Sterling with the win.
He cheated.
Might be one of the biggest matches of his career. And he came out the big.